With over 25,000 tattoo artists in the US alone, it's truly a competitive field. And so I find it amazing to know that one stands out from the rest. Meet Ace. He's a celebrity tattoo artist, having worked on Kodak Black, Lamar Jackson, and many others. He's now on a mission to help others feel comfortable in their own skin again by adding beautiful art over scars, stretch marks, and even specialized cover-ups. Today we discuss how he found his niche, his upbringing, fatherhood, and he even takes a minute to address his haters. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's conversation with the incredible Ace No Boogie. Welcome back to Conversations, where I share my connections, stories, and key learnings in hopes of giving back to the next generation. I'm here with an extra special guest today, a friend of mine, a tattoo artist for the celebrities, a specialist in cover-up and burns and scar work, and we're going to be talking about that today. Ace No Boogie, man. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you, man.
So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right to it, Ace. The first question I have for you is, who inspired you to become an artist, and who continues to inspire you today?
Inspired me. Fun thing is, I would say the person that inspired me to become an artist would be my oldest brother. My oldest brother, a lot of people don't know my older brother now on social media and stuff, but always been a phenomenal artist. Always been a phenomenal artist since elementary school. I used to steal his drawings.
Yeah.
Take him to school. Yeah, I used to steal a drawing, take him to school. A lot of people and tell him I drew him until he caught me. He caught me taking a sketchbook to school. He was mad at me about that, and I was left with two options. It was either, I don't know, maybe I was overthinking it, but as a kid, I thought I had to either confess,
yeah,
or figure out how to draw instantly.
Yeah.
I picked the latter.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, so I learned how to draw fast that way. So I'd go home and I look at his work and I try to re-sketch it, and I go back to school like.
Oh, wow. How much older was he than you?
Huh?
How much older was he?
I think he's about 4 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's about 4 years older than me.
Okay. And what about today? Who continues to inspire you?
Today, honestly, it's so many people who inspire me, only because the more I grew when it come down to art, I see art in so much stuff.
Okay.
So it's like, I be inspired by the weirdest of artists.
Yeah.
From tattoo artists to painters to young artists.
Yeah.
New artists, watching how fast they're growing, being like, oh, what? I thought I got good fast. To older artists who've been phenomenal forever, to people who outwork everybody, to people who just got it.
Yeah.
It just, from fashion designers to makeup artists, all sorts of stuff. It's just seeing how you can capture art in everything. The more you can see art in everything, the more diverse it can make your art.
Okay. I like that. So you can see art in everything.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start pushing myself a little bit to get there.
Hey, honestly, it's art in everything. Art in what you're doing right now, because I don't know how to do it.
Oh, that's beautiful. I appreciate that. So, Ace, tell me a little bit about your parents and how they helped shape you as a man.
Parents, honestly, the main thing when it comes down to my parents, anybody know me, or a lot of people don't know, I don't know how they wouldn't know. If you can hear my accent, I'm second generation Haitian.
Okay.
Mom's Haitian, dad's Haitian, straight from Haiti. But honestly, from my parents, I would say the main thing I got from both of them was the hard work.
Okay.
Like, I pride myself. You feel me? I don't like, it's not a situation to toot my own horn, but I take it very serious when I tell people the main reason I am where I am is because I outwork everybody. Yeah. And I got that from them. Well, I never not seen them work.
Well, I can vouch for that, Ace. It's 1:46 in the morning, and we're up doing our thing, man.
And I just left them working.
Yeah, you just got done.
Back piece.
No, but that's amazing. And again, I think it's those lessons that I'm looking to uncover because we can pass on. So it sounds like it was that example that your parents set for you when it came to working hard that you've applied throughout your career.
Facts.
So when we first met, I don't know if you remember, but you were bringing me back to life after I'd had a string of rough tattoos. I think I had a tattoo artist that is a prison tattoo artist that just got out of prison in the projects in Ohio that busted me up. I had a guy that was at the school, very nice guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he was at the school in Portland, and
I was broke trying to get work at 18, 19 years old. And man, you saved my ass, bringing me back to life. And so I want to ask you, like, can you describe the fulfillment you get from specializing in cover-up tattoos, really, or burns or scars? Because to me, that's what sets you apart, is not only your work as an artist, but the fact that you're able to bring people back from maybe a traumatic experience or something they've been through.
Honestly, the main thing I say is doing what I do when it comes down to scars and burns and all, that's the closest thing I could say to like not only reigniting but like fueling what I do with a whole different vibe behind it. It started off as a passion. I was like, when people talk about a purpose,
yeah,
I really seen it. I felt it. I seen the effect. Yeah, it really turned to like, this, what I do actually can touch people. What I do can actually help people, and it got crazy. It felt different.
Yeah.
It felt different. It's a different feeling.
It's interesting when there's that mission behind what you're doing, and I've even started to see that with my own podcast as I've invested my own money, and I'm just passionate about it. And it's, to me, when you have the mission behind the work, it's beautiful what you can create and the connections you can make and the magic that can happen.
Facts.
So,
facts, giant facts.
Beyond that, how do you feel like your work impacts people's lives? So, like, what are some examples of that?
Well, one of the main things a lot of people know me for is the scars and all, but when it comes down to the amount of breast cancer survivors I tattoo, burn victims I tattoo, horrible accidents, amputees. See, a lot of people see a lot of the elective surgeries, so they'll see the tummy tucks, and the BBLs and all that stuff. But even with those, when it comes down to when things don't go as planned, with those type of scars, so you have crazy lipo burns or something that had a crazy infection and now they had to get it caught necrosis, so it started eating away at their skin, so a scar turned to them losing half their stomach and they have to get a vacuum to suck it all together. It's crazy. So a lot of these people go from trying to find closure in their life in the first place with getting these surgeries to getting a whole new hurdle that they're trying to get past. And feeling like, should they blame themselves? A lot of people then became suicidal, all sorts of things. The amount of stories that people tell me when it comes down to it, it's just like, it get different. So as one of them situations, I don't judge. When it comes down to scar, bring it to me. Bring it to me. Hey, bring it to me. If I can help, we're gonna make it happen.
Why is it like, I think back 10, 15 years ago, the option wasn't even there. Like, people didn't even consider tattooing a scar, or like, how has that evolved, or how did you even learn that you could do that? Because I didn't even think it was possible.
Honestly, me learning I could do it was more so a situation of the fearlessness to do it. It's not a thing of I was on some let's try it. It was more so a situation of the person wanted it done enough to want me to try it. Like, hey, whatever you can do is better than what I have. And I was on like, hey, if I can help, we gonna do it. And it was like my first scar tattoo. When I really did my first scar tattoo, it was really a situation of, hey, if you want me to do this, we're gonna go about it. If it don't come out how we want it to come out, it's free. But if it do, but I want to be able to help you. But I can tell you, I've never done this before. But you feel me? If you want me to try to do it, let's do it. And when I first started doing scar tattoos, I wasn't even posting the befores. So people didn't know I was doing scar tattoos. So later when I started posting, that's when they started realizing. I'm like, and I thought everyone was doing it. I didn't know that many artists were turning them down. I was just like, this must be what everybody's doing.
It's funny because that was in a recent episode we had with the team photographer for the Spark. She was telling us how important it was early in her journey to do some of that work for free and to take some of those risks, knowing that one day it could potentially lead to a bigger payoff or a relationship or a connection that could become something meaningful. So that was kind of the learning in that. And I I apologize because I kind of jumped over, but I asked you the question about your parents, and I just wanted to tell you, Ace, you know, I think about my relationship with our mutual friend Jeff, right? And you know, he's obviously from Haiti. And man, I've just gotten so much love from individuals that have that in their blood. And I just want to ask you, like, is that like, where does that come from? Is that normal? Is that just my experience, or
culturally? You know how you hear the term, "It takes a village," and all.
Yeah.
Growing up culturally in Haiti, it's for the most part everyone is family.
Okay.
Everyone is family. It's really one of them situations. You meet someone new. You approach her as your aunt or your mom or your grandma. You treat her as such.
Okay.
An uncle, a brother, a cousin. That's how you treat them as such. So when you do meet good people, you treat them as family.
Got it.
You're supposed to. That's just what it is. That's how we're taught. That's how we grow up. That's it. Because you can't move in the world expecting to be treated a way that you're not putting out there.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. So you meet good people, you treat them as such.
You set the tone for
you set the tone.
Yeah.
You don't wait for somebody else to set the tone.
Yeah.
You set the tone.
No, I appreciate that, and again, just thank you, because I know, obviously, even being here today, like, I appreciate the partnership and the willingness to, you know, meet me at 2 a.m. to get this done. So, thank you, and you've touched me in that way. And same thing with Jeff and his family. You know, I think back to his birthday or getting invited to Thanksgiving. Like, when you're somebody that's in business like I am and is on the road like you are, you just appreciate that when you come across those people. So I wanted to thank you for that. When we first met, you were starting to break through. I think you were primarily tattooing athletes at the time. You know, I think when we met, man, you were starting to get your buzz, but it was just kind of starting to pop for you.
Facts.
You know, like, what happened? Like, what led to your growth, man? And was there a strategy behind it, or what was the turning point for you?
Number one strategy I could tell people, beyond the just working out, trying to outwork everybody.
Yeah.
Beyond trying to outwork everybody. The number one strategy was, don't be too cool. Don't be too cool to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
When I jumped on Instagram, when I jumped on social media and all that, those type of things, I jumped on late. I'm not sure what year Instagram came out, but everybody was already on it. Before I got on Instagram, I've never been a social media person. I've never been one to put myself out there and things like that. A friend of mine actually was on social media before me, who was a tattoo artist. His name was Roger Perilla. He's in Atlanta.
Okay.
He kind of got me onto social media because when me and him had a conversation about it, he was like, "Hey, bro, why aren't you on Instagram?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't do social media."
Yeah.
He was like, "Bro, you can post the stuff and not say nothing if you want. You can just put your pictures out there and not say nothing."
Yeah.
So originally, that's how I started on it.
Yeah.
But then when I realized the potential of this new entity, when you could just put something out there and it's free marketing. It's free. Everybody was worried about how many people you follow compared to how many people following you. I probably was following 3,500 people. I would follow the maximum amount of people I can follow every single day.
Yeah.
I don't care how many people will follow me back. I was just trying to follow as many people I can, because in my head it was like, hey, if I follow 500 and 5 follow me back, that's 5 people gonna look at my page.
Yeah.
If one passes that along, I might get two customers.
Yeah.
Me, the numbers were, it's free. It's like a free flyer.
Yeah.
I could buy flyers and pass out flyers every day, 500 flyers a day. I just walk across the street or walk to FAMU or Florida State, fill the parking garages every morning before I even went to work.
Yeah.
So doing Instagram was nothing. I'm following everybody. If I go into a city with a college, I'd go find whoever the hottest person in the college and follow them and follow everybody they follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I follow everybody and prior to knowing I'm going to that city. And then I wait a month and I unfollow everybody that don't follow me back, and I just do it again.
Wow.
And I just do that every day. I found out exactly how many people you could follow, how many people you could unfollow. I was doing that repeatedly just to get my face out there.
Yeah.
The goal was just to get eyes on you.
Yeah. Because then when you got the work, man, and the product, it's
put
only
the
up from
product
there.
and get the eyes. That's it. And you just hope that it resonates.
Yeah.
If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But
Yeah.
you got to put them in position. And also another trick I always like to do was to try to follow people who are private, who page were private.
Okay.
Because if they weren't private, you could just follow them.
Yeah.
If they're private, they'd have to accept you.
Yeah.
So it's a better chance to get the eyes on
They'll
you
look
because they
at
have to
it.
look at your page.
Got it. Okay.
They have to look at your page.
Free game.
to follow.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. I've never thought of that.
So
Okay.
to accept you, they'd look like, who is this person?
Yeah.
And then that's almost a guaranteed way to get the eyes.
Okay.
So I started that. Yeah.
And you know, people don't realize like how much work goes into that.
Oh,
and
definitely.
it sounds like you were working really hard early in your career to build it. And it's funny you talk about flyers, because I think about myself early in my career and obviously selling wireless products. And dude, I would print 500 flyers every morning. And I would go stick those things on the door, and it was less than a 3% callback rate. And so you're hanging 500 and you're maybe getting 10 calls, which is brutal. And so you're right. I mean, this is a way to be able to put your product out there. You get the eyes on it. If it's good work, you're going to see the referrals and the business come from that. So, you know, as a tattoo artist, Ace, I know you see all the trends on TikTok and Reels. I see, you know, people will copy other people's tattoos and ideas. How do you keep yourself out of doing what's trendy and really focusing on your own art? Or do you ever tell clients no, you know, for something specific that maybe they're looking for, if it's, you know, a trend or a fad at that point?
Firstly, when it comes down to all the stuff that's going on with the TikTok and the trends and the Instagrams and all that stuff, I have like a two-sided feel to it. It's more so a situation of, I understand that it's a new age. Yeah. And because it's a new age, it's one of them things of, because of TikTok and all these things, people flock to every type of career. Yeah. TikTok makes everything seem microwave. Yeah. So it makes it seem like you could do anything and become that person at it. So you have 1 million streamers, you have 1 million gamers, you have 1 million podcasters, 1 million tattoo artists. I mean, everybody is something within a 2 I have the most messages from the most started tattoo artists I've ever had ever. Wow. Hey, I started tattooing. Well, I've been tattooing for a year. I've been tattooing for 2 years. Yeah. It's the most I've ever seen now. But the main thing is, the reason I personally don't really attach to the trends and all, because I'm big on doing what feels authentic to me. Yeah. I can't start with a slippery slope and start doing something that I would do something on TikTok if it resonated with me. Yeah. But a lot of the stuff it doesn't feel like me. It's not connected to the art. It's not connected to anything purposeful for me or passion wise or what I do. It's not about the work. It's not about the grind. It's not about the helping the people. It's not about, you know what I mean? It's not about a lot of things that resonate to me. Got it. A lot of it is roll on the floor or do a funny or tattoo in the middle of the mall or that's not me. Yeah. For someone else, if that's you, then do your thing. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. It's not me, and I'm not gonna subtly do that now because it's not me. Yeah. That's not.
It's just about staying true to yourself.
Yeah. And point, when it comes down to telling people no, hell yeah. I definitely would tell somebody no. It just depends, because if you just trying to get what's cool, like I remember when the whole thing happened with the young lady and she got the tattoo on her face, her dude. Oh, Blueface? Yeah. That actually was a trend. It actually started a trend. And a lot of people didn't get those calls. Yeah. But a lot of the more popular tattoo artists would get those calls. I got those calls. Hey, I want to get my man. I want to get my girl. And I'm like, no, no, I'm not doing it. No, no. Yeah. What's crazy is before the trend, possibly, we might have could talk it out and I could figure out where your head at to see, hey, because I've seen those way before, years ago. A friend of mine, he has his kids on his face. Yeah. This is nothing new, but to follow the trend and do it, and these are young people doing this, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20. You don't even have a view of what life is. Yeah. Especially with the microwave of things now, they be going through midlife crisis by the time they're 25. Yeah. Thinking that they haven't.
No, well, I'm glad you say that too. And obviously, like, the world is changing. I mean, I think back at the start of my career, I had to wear a suit every day. And there's a reason that I stopped them here. And I'd be working in Atlanta wearing long sleeve shirts through the summer. And now, it's acceptable. Like, I can have my tattoos out, and I can tell you I feel a lot better about having them out now that you've worked on me a little bit. But, the world's changing. But at the same time, right, not everybody thinks the same way, and you got to be aware of that, especially if you're in business or you're interacting with the public, which I think is a good learning to pass on as well. Can you share a story of a particularly impactful cover-up tattoo that you've done?
I'll tell you the story of the one that mainly started the whole process of the purpose behind me covering up the scars and stuff now. It was a young lady while I was in Tallahassee. This was a while ago. This was around when I tattooed you.
Okay.
It was a young woman. She went to FAMU and she came to my shop. She didn't have scars like most people usually have. A lot of her scars are more stretch marks.
Okay.
Her stretch marks were due to her condition. She had lupus.
Okay.
So I had a good friend of mine who passed who had lupus a long time ago. From when I started tattoo, she's one of the people who got me into my first shop.
Okay.
We went to school together. We went to high school together. So when I started in high school, she knew I could draw and all that stuff. Her name was Nene. Okay. She got me to go to the shop that she was managing at and got me into tattooing.
Okay.
Like helped me get my first job as a tattoo artist. And she passed from lupus. Yeah, she passed from lupus. So when the young woman came to my shop, she wanted her stretch mark covered up, and we talked. We did the tattoo, beautiful tattoo. She was happy. She was ecstatic. The craziest thing happened while I was tattooing her. One of her hospital bills pulled the money from her account that she was supposed to pay me.
Oh, snap.
In the middle of the tattoo.
Wow.
Right when she was trying to pay me, when she realized it, she busted out crying.
Yeah.
Broke down crying. She like, yo, cause she wasn't trying to cheat me.
Yeah.
She's showing me, like, yo, she didn't, you feel me? She didn't know this was gonna happen. She's so sorry. That. And it felt so good to tell her that she's good.
Yeah, that's
like,
the
yo,
good
you
stuff.
don't, you good. You don't owe me nothing.
Yeah.
She like, please, I'll bring you the money. I go this, that. I go, but I'm like, yo, you good.
Yeah.
You good, and it felt so good to do that, cause it already felt good to see her happy, because a lot of people don't understand when it comes down to lupus, and when I tell people about the stretch marks, how lupus affects a lot of people. When you flare up or the weather changes, things like that, a lot of times their body fills up with fluid.
Got it.
So you'll go from looking like you're 140 pounds to like you're 240.
Wow.
Like your body will fill up, and they'll have to be hospital bound until the fluid drain away. But yeah, their body. So imagine extreme.
Yeah, stretch mark. Yeah.
So it'd be in all these areas.
Got it.
So it happened to them. So yeah. So
that is amazing.
So, and I already knew this from the friend of mine who passed.
Yeah.
So when all that happened, it was almost like a full circle type of moment.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it just, every time I got a chance to do something that affected somebody, it just started sticking to me more and more. Like,
that's why
this feels good. Like, I love what I do. I love creating. I love the art and all. But this part of it is different. It was like, what is this? This feels good. All right, I need a little more of this. So,
who's been your favorite celebrity to tattoo and why? And man, I've seen Kodak Black on there. Ocho Cinco, I know, was one of the first ones I saw. Young Miami, I think I've seen on there at some point. Who else? Who's the quarterback for the Ravens? I'm forgetting. MVP.
Oh,
Lamar Jackson. Yeah, so I know there's some big ones out there.
Hands down, honestly, my two. I gotta say my two favorites. My two favorites would be Alvin Kamara.
Okay.
That's like my little brother now.
Yeah.
That's family. That's family. I'm as close to Alvin as I am with Jeff. That's family.
Really?
Yeah, that's family. Alvin and Super Scent.
Okay.
She's an entrepreneur out of New Orleans.
I like
phenomenal.
Super Scent.
So both of them, hands down, the family. It's how we connected.
Yeah.
Like how we resonated, how we like kicked it off. Now understand, all these people, all the ones you named, you feel me? Me and Ocho, super cool. You feel me? Lamar, wonderful dude. But when it come down to them two, that's a whole different. I don't play about them.
Is it just you just had a different type of connection with them?
It was I tattooed Alvin. I was in Tallahassee. He flew me out. That was his rookie year.
Yeah.
That was before he even took off.
Yeah.
That's when he first started. So his rookie year, a lot of people know his rookie year. Like a little into the years when he just
Yeah.
went crazy and hasn't stopped since.
Yeah.
But when we connected, it was like instant.
Yeah.
It was like instant family. It was instant. It was automatically, it was like a lot of understanding of the same point of views, and at the same time understanding just being your authentic self. Them two are some of the most authentic people I've met.
Yeah.
Celebrity, non-celebrity, they're gonna be themselves, and they're big on who they have around them.
Okay.
And I resonate with that because a lot of people see me by myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm cool with a lot of people. I consider a lot of people super close to me, but a lot of them aren't close to me. They're in different cities and things like that.
Sure.
But I don't need to surround myself with people because I like to be myself all the way.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be around people if I can't be myself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I gotta feel okay with being myself completely. And if I feel like I'm not gonna change who I am around you,
Yeah.
but it's one of the things of you have to understand it's a privilege to be yourself completely around people, for you and for them.
Yeah.
So to be able to be comfortable like that with, you feel me, with certain people, it's like, okay, so it resonates. So yeah, they're big on that. They're big on keeping their circles tight, be themselves at all time, and being able to keep the outside noise out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's cool. And I'd imagine you tattooing, I think we spent a crazy amount of hours. It was like 30-something hours, I think, by the time we were done. But I imagine you get some quality time to just be able to talk about life and people's journeys.
Yeah, because one of the things a lot of people don't understand is I tell people when it comes down to tattooing, there's a level of vulnerability you have to submit to. Yeah. You have to give this level of vulnerability. A lot of people feel like it's hard to trust people. I tell people when it comes down to tattooing, you would end up trusting the tattoo artist super fast because you have to trust me with a permanency already. You have to trust me with something permanent on you.
Yeah.
You have to trust me with being a part of you forever, a part of your life. So opening that door a lot of times allows you to get vulnerable enough to actually hear somebody.
Yeah.
And they can hear you. And then you get to a point like, yo, a lot of times it takes steps to get to that with meeting a stranger because you don't have no reason to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You have no reason to have to trust them yet.
Right.
With a tattoo artist, you have to trust me.
Yeah, you do.
You come in having to trust me to an extent.
Yeah.
And the larger the piece, the larger the time, the longer the time, you find yourself having to trust me longer.
Yeah.
Trust me through the process.
Yeah.
Trust in my process. Trust how it's going. Trust me through going through pain. Trust me through all these different
It's almost
emotions.
like a therapist.
So while you going through all these, it's like a condensed therapy session.
Yeah.
Like condensed. Imagine a lot of therapy sessions in one.
You know, they talk about people falling in love with their therapist. Mm-hmm. People ever fall in love with their tattoo artist? No comment?
I don't know. I don't even know.
So, Ace, I've loved over the last 7 years just watching you embrace the game of basketball as your son chases his dream. Mm. And, I just wanted to ask, what lessons or skills have you learned chasing your dreams that you're passing on to him?
Chase fearlessly.
Yeah.
Chase fearlessly and be okay with being fluid enough to be aimless. You chase what you love. So let's say you love basketball. Be okay with loving all of it.
Yeah.
You don't have to take the advice of everybody being like, you have to be so focused on one point of it. You have to be focused on being a player, or you have to be focused on being a guard, or you have to be focused. If you love all of it, do all of it. Touch all of it. Learn all of it. Get engulfed with all of it. The more of it you see, the more you can figure out what your path in it is. A lot of people don't realize that, when you love all of something and you can see the beauty of all of it, there's not a part of it you won't enjoy. Okay. Because a lot of time when you're so focused and I have to do this one thing, and if I'm not doing this one thing, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Then when you're not getting a chance to do that one thing, you can't find happiness in it.
Yeah.
So if I'm not tattooing, I can still find happiness in drawing up tattoos, talking to clients, coming up with concepts, sitting back at home and just seeing stuff. I could watch a movie and see something that makes me think about it or think about the artist. Yeah. When it comes down to basketball and watching my son, everything about it, he's in love with.
Yeah.
Everything about it. We talk about the antics of players. We talk about different positions he played. It's not a position he doesn't try to play. It's not a position. I know what he loved to play and originally thought, like, he'd be like, I want to be a guard. But him being tall for his age and stronger than most kids for his age and all these things, he's a big 12-year-old.
Yeah.
So with all these things, and they'll try to, and being so good at getting rebounds, me and him had to have a long conversation when he just jumped in the AAU of, hey, he like, Dad, I'm getting on this team, or I'm on this team, and or these players don't want to pass the ball and love it. I'm like, son, first off, be everything. Whatever your team needs, be that.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all need to win, be that. Whatever's gonna keep you on the court,
Yeah.
be that. Don't be so stuck on, I have to be this. You're like, yeah, but I want to get the ball. I said, if you want to get the ball, then put yourself in position to get the ball. Do the hard work, do the dirty work.
Yeah.
I said, a lot of people aren't going to attack the rim. A lot of people aren't going to go down there and chase down the ball. A lot of people aren't going to go for the rebounds. I said, you want the ball more? Get as many rebounds as you can.
Yeah.
You will realize how impactful you are if you make yourself needed. You make yourself impactful. So if I'm getting all the rebounds, if I'm getting the offensive rebound, the defensive rebounds, I'm making sure my team is fed the ball, or I can bring this right back up. I can take shots and I can make sure I can support everybody else. I can give my team a chance to stay in the game or win the game.
Yeah.
And these things are very important because a lot of time, like we spoke earlier about the Haitian culture, it's really a lot of time it's lead by example.
One of the things, as you talked about kind of doing the dirty work, right? Mm-hmm. I think about my career, and early in my career, I prided myself on being willing to do the things that others wouldn't do, right? And so as a young leader in the business world, maybe I didn't see the business as at a high level, but I was willing to go do the tough work. I'd be out in the field with my people, while they're knocking doors and selling. I wasn't the guy in the office. I'd be out there with my folks. And what I found is that that would supplement for some of the gaps that I had while I developed those other skills. And so for your son, it's like, what I'm hearing is, hey, you may have to be the rebounder. You may have to be the one that goes and gets the rebound to get your shot off. But with time, as he develops other aspects of his game, that'll keep him on the court for now. And then long term, he'll pick up some of those other skills and be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, because a lot of these kids, a lot of them started super young. A lot of them were bred into it. A lot of them start off 3-year-old, 5-year-old, started off AAU, first grade, second grade. My son started off, honestly, he's been into basketball for a while, but really started his whole AAU career within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But when it come down to hard work, he a dog.
Yeah.
He a dog.
Yeah.
He a dog. So that's the thing. I told him, I said, hey, that's one thing you can't. One thing I love to tell him is skill. Somebody could have been shooting longer than you, so they might be ahead of you with that.
Yeah.
Somebody may have been training so many different ways, dribbling better than you for longer than that. But one thing you can do day one better than other people is outwork them.
Yep, absolutely.
You don't need no time to outwork somebody. I can start today and outwork you.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not a thing of something you have to learn. If I give you more than you, if I give 150% today and you giving 100, I'm outworking you. I don't care how long you've been doing it.
Absolutely. So, one of the things I used to love about living next to Jeff when we were in Cincinnati, Fufu, he would give me all the new music from Florida. So I wanted to ask you, who's one Florida artist, and I'm talking music here, that the world needs to hear more of?
It comes down to music in Florida. Honestly, it's a lot of new artists that come out all the time. But I feel like when it comes down to Florida, I'm big on the artists who came out a little longer ago, but are almost like seasoned vets, like Major 9. Major 9, actually, he went to the U.
Okay.
I think he played for the Browns.
Yeah.
Like, he played football, played like 6 different instruments.
Yeah.
Phenomenal rapper.
Really?
That's the thing.
Okay.
He was talented. I think he had a scholarship to the U on instruments.
Okay.
And played for the U.
Wow.
And went to the Browns. Yeah.
Wow.
And another one would be Billy Blue. Phenomenal storyteller.
Okay.
Like,
Billy Blue.
Billy Blue.
Okay.
Phenomenal storyteller. Like he was honestly he had a big run a long time ago, and it's like recently he really got back into it because I think he took a break for a while because his dad was going through some with cancer and all.
Okay.
So ever since they got on the other side of that, he's just been getting back into the music, and I've been loving it.
Okay.
I've been loving it. So I think those would be mine.
I'm gonna go check them out.
Yeah.
So I got 2 more questions for you, Ace. One of my favorite aspects of your page, man. I've seen you obviously grow, and you're at a point where every once in a while you talk your shit, and I love it, man. That's the best part. That's the best part about your Instagram. So I wanted to ask you, do you have a message for your haters? Because I know you have some now, which is a testament to the great work you're doing.
To my haters. to my haters.
This is the best. This is the best. I love this shit.
Oh man. This ain't what y'all want.
No.
This ain't what y'all want.
You
Honestly,
know it.
I be trying to tell y'all this ain't what y'all want. I've took a lot of time. You feel me? I've done my own Buddhist monk vibe to myself to keep myself from doing to y'all what I can do to y'all. This ain't what y'all want. And no, I assure y'all, in no factor are y'all touching me in what I do. If you're a tattoo artist, you're not seeing me. I don't care. If you're a hater, I promise you, you're not seeing me. I promise you. The gap is ridiculous. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, don't do it. I will come. How about this? I will come and I will tattoo next to you. I will talk to my hater and I'll remind you that you're not doing anything. If I find out who you are, I will do every tattoo I see you do. I will redo it and blow yours out the water. And then I will tag your client to show them what they should have got. And there's nowhere they're not gonna feel resentment towards you. They can tell you they love it, but I'm gonna make them not love it when they see what I do. So don't do that. Just chill.
There we go.
Chill.
There we go.
That's it. Nothing
I needed it, Ace. Thank you.
Nothing mean. Nothing
I appreciate
mean.
it.
Nice things.
I appreciate it. So, I just wanted to tell you, Ace, I was going back as I came out here to Tampa, and I was looking went and grabbed your number, went to text you, and it was the last text I'd sent you. I said, Ace, man, I hope all your dreams come true. You deserve it. And I just wanted to tell you, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm happy for you. I watched you go. I think when I got with you, you were at like 6,000 followers on Instagram. You're at 275,000, man. And again, numbers doesn't matter, but it is a testament to the work you've done. And I just want to say congratulations. And again, I'm so happy for you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for doing this show for me. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Conversations. If you like what you saw today, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll be back in just a couple of weeks with more exciting guests. Thank you.